going nuts. We don't know what else to sing about. So I'll throw in something, 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 something. The clock is ticking and time to start the show. What time it ends, we just don't know. Hopefully Mrs. Dufresne doesn't wake up. Oh, Mrs. Dufresne. Once it's your turn, we're all happy friends. And all together the fun never ends. So stick around and watch with us. It's the after show chat.
Get your butt to bed, Harold Dufresne.
Now it's time to talk about something that we all love. It's Food Chat with HD. Hungry? Well, you may just be after this, because it's time for Food Chat with HD. All right, gang. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Ooh, there we go. I don't when I put the background like this, it kind of is like a mind warp. It's like, wow. So I'm gonna go like that. All right. Welcome, gang. Food Chat with HD. Welcome to the show. All right, gang. We're gonna have fun. It's 2 days until Christmas. And we'll talk food, I guess. This is Food Chat. So, gang, first off, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousin again. We went eat out last night. We went eat out local place. We went eat at Cherami's and Cutoff over there. And I went eat with my grandmother. If you don't know the story about my grandmother, she's 99, and I haven't. We lost touch many years ago. I thought I downloaded it. Let me see. That's a good question. I'm going to talk about that. And I downloaded it the wrong way. But anyway, shout out to my grandma and my cousins and everybody else who we had. And I'm going to talk about that in 1 second there, Blaine. That's a good question. That's a good question. In fact, I'll jump around a little bit, and there's something I wanted to show y'all, and I will show you, and I'll answer this question in about 2 seconds. So, what we're gonna do for Christmas this year, and I'm looking for my picture. I apologize. I'm going to email it to myself, and I should have had that done already, and I forgot all about that. So what are we doing for Christmas? We're going to go eat at my daughter's house this year. I think my daughter's making a gumbo. I think we're going to have a ham, like a honey, like, honey ham, I guess it is. Mrs. D's making potato salad and rice dressing, and I don't know what else we're having with that, to tell you the truth. And that sounds good. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was and I wanted to talk about this on Sunday, but on Friday night I was in, and if you don't know about HD, I enter contests a lot. And Blaine, maybe you know about this place or not. I don't know. And maybe any of my New Orleans peeps knows about this place. But on Friday night, there was this contest on Facebook, and it said, actually it lasted all week. And it said, if you're the last one to comment on this post, you're going to win a free, I think it's a smoked turkey. And I was the last one to comment. So I'm going to go pick up this smoked turkey in Slidell tomorrow. It's not the best screenshot in the world, but it's from BMO's barbecue. Last comment wins. I was at a concert seeing our friend Paul Duck Tucker, and all during the show, I kept on making sure I commented on the post to try to be the last one, and I was the last one to comment. And they ended it, and I won a free. It's like a $75 or $80 turkey, so I'm gonna go pick that up tomorrow. So, and then we'll have that for Christmas also. So that's what we're doing for Christmas. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Jennifer Templar, Steve Templar, Nate's in the house. Gene, who's helping me produce. Thank you so much, Gene. Chantel. Chantel was representing I got influenced by my Elmer's Chiwis showing off today, showing off her Elmer's Chiwis today. Ramona's in the house. Blaine, of course, who just asked a Christmas question. So everybody else who's joining in, if I see them joining in, or if you're watching later on, welcome. And look, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, whatever your family does. And I hope everybody has a good meal for Christmas. So what I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with where I went eat this past week, like I always do. And I'll throw in some extra ones that I didn't do reviews for, because I think one in particular, if you're from down here, really needs a shout out. And I'll start off with that one. And I really don't have no pictures of it because we just go eat there. And the place I'm talking about, I talked about on our Sunday show, I believe it was. And we went eat here today again, me and Mrs. D. Well, we got food to go from at work. And the place is La Rose Grill, right there in La Rose, Louisiana. It's the truck stop. It's called La Rose Grill, La Rose Truck Plaza, whatever you want to call it. It's a little grill inside a truck stop, inside a truck casino. And I'm gonna tell you what, every time we ordered, this makes 2 times we order there. We ordered last week. We got burgers. They were double meat burgers for like $6. They were awesome. I had the fried chicken gizzards and Ms. D had the boudin balls. Well, today we ordered something different. I ordered a club sandwich, and that was like $7.99. It was a great club sandwich. That's what I was in the mood for. See, I love a club sandwich, but when I go eat out at a restaurant, I usually don't get a club sandwich because people, I think, will be disappointed if I just go review a club sandwich. It's like a salad. Even if I'm in the mood for a salad, people's going to get mad if I just go, hey, I'm having a salad and review a salad. So, doing these reviews, I really can't get what I want a lot of times on these menus. And so when I get a chance to have like a club sandwich at a place like this, I go for it, or a salad or something. I go for it because I'm not doing a review. And this club sandwich was awesome. And then Mrs. D had the crab patty on a bun, and this thing was huge. And I think it was like $5 or $6, maybe even less than $5. It was reasonably priced, and the fries are awesome. And I'm not even a fry person. So La Rose Truck Plaza, 2 times we went to eat there. The food was fantastic, and shout out to them. Susan, how you doing? Susan Winters. Susan, I believe, is a new follower or new friend of mine from Facebook. That sounds good. Smoking a beef brisket, baked mac and cheese, Popeye's Cajun rice, and wow. Now, is that, Susan, I have a question. Do you make your own Popeye's Cajun rice, or do you go buy it and you're going to have it because y'all love it so much and you go buy a big a container of it and serve it for Christmas? I'm curious if you make like a copycat or if you just go buy it. And thank you for watching, Susan. I appreciate it. Oh, that Chantel, that La Rose Grill is is kicking. I'm telling you, the food is so good for a little grill. I mean, and good prices. So let's talk about where I went eat. And Susan, please let me know. I'm curious about the Popeyes Cajun rice. All right, so gang, we needed 2 places this past week. First one was Pho Nola, and I had to try it. I've been hearing people have been telling me I need to go. Of course, it's a Vietnamese restaurant, and I'm gonna tell you, gang, what I got. I had the pho, and I had the wonton soup. Somebody made a comment, said you went to the pho restaurant and you didn't have that. You had wonton soup. Yes, that's what I wanted. That wonton soup was amazing, really amazing. It was fantastic. They had the fish ball, crab steak. They had 2 quail eggs. They had it was delicious. That broth was awesome. I mean, this was great. And then I had the well, that's the and there's the banh mi, the Nola combination, and I think they had the Vietnamese ham, pulled pork, I believe, and barbecue pork or something. And I tell you what, that was fantastic too. I had both of them. I brought half of that, more than half of that sandwich because that wonton soup filled me up so much. And that sandwich warmed up great and wrapped it up in aluminum foil and put it in the air fryer. And that thing had this warmed up great. I find if you warm up like your leftover po' boys, I did this for shrimp po' boys and everything else. You wrap that up in aluminum foil. You warm it up on not too high. You warm it up on kind of low in the air fryer, and it just comes out great. And this one did too. I believe I gave this place an A, A plus. I gave this one a pretty high score. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad I went. And that is in Metairie, right off of well, it's right off of Veterans. If you want to turn right and take Transcontinental, then take that other street, Quincy Street. You could be at Zupardo's parking lot, like my song says. If you drive, when you turn right on Veterans, the traffic backs up for miles. Bump, bump. That's the my Zupardo's parking lot song. But if you go an extra half a block, you turn right on Continental, you're a little bit smarter. You're not turning into the parking lot. You're turning on Transcontinental on the right, and you take a right on Quincy. You're in the parking lot of Zupardo's. If you take a left, you're going to end up in the parking lot at full NOLA. Oh my goodness. I would not want to go to Zupardo's. Oh, can you imagine until tomorrow? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine tonight? Oh my goodness, that parking lot. Oh, you might as well go parking for NOLA and walk across Veterans and go over there if you're gonna go to Zupardo's. Oh my goodness, I could not imagine. Now the other place we went eat, and I put up the video this morning, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This video I put up this morning, I know how my videos do. I put up enough videos to know how my videos are. When I put it up, I know what to expect. I know the amount of views I could expect the first day, and usually a good video, a video that like Funola didn't do too well. I'll be honest with you; it's just too niche, and not too many people's looking for videos of a pho restaurant in Metairie to go watch a video for. But usually, po' boy ones and all, a little more popular restaurant. My first, 12 hours, 13 hours, I'll get about 300 on a good, 350 on a good, on a popular one, 200, 250 if it's a less popular place. But I put this one up this morning at 6:30 this morning, and crispy shrimps. Nice seeing you. Happy Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Oh wow, Blaine, you went today and could not find a parking spot. Wow. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go over there. So I put this one up this morning, a place we went eat on Saturday. And in less than, a little bit over 12 hours, it already almost got 600 views. So I know this one is, people are interested in it. And that place is St. Rose Tavern. Now, St. Rose Tavern, I got a comment. I said New Sarpy, Louisiana. I said New Sappy. I can't see. I didn't see the R. I'm not familiar with that town, but it's right there in Des. Somebody said that's in St. Rose. Well, that official address is New Sarpy, Louisiana. It's in the Destrehan, the St. Charles Parish, right there along the river. So we went eat at St. Rose Tavern on this past Saturday. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. I'm not going to. I gave the place an A plus. I'm going to talk about this in a segment. I'm going to talk about with regrets, and because I would leave that and I'll talk about regrets right after I talk about this. So we went eat over here. Now, if you've never heard of St. Rose Tavern, if you never ate there, I am going to tell you. I was amazed at the prices. The prices blew me out the water. I could not believe the prices. Let me see. I have a menu up over here. And this is the po' boy section. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. I put it up in the review. Some people have been asking me to put the menu prices or at least showing a picture of the menus on my reviews, and I did. And that way you could pause it in the video and look at it if you're interested. A roast beef po' boy 6-inch was $7. A shrimp po' boy was $7. 6-inch. And look, this 6-inch, I'm going to show you some pictures. It was plenty with a side. The oyster po' boy 6-inch was $8.50. And you can see the menu, the other prices. Gang, incredible prices. Yeah, Charlie, I know it's been in business a long time. The owner, I didn't really meet the owner. The owner was busy in the kitchen. I could see why this place, incredible pricing. I had to get 2 po' boys. I mean, with something $7 for a po' boy for a 6-inch, I'm getting 2. I'm trying 2 of them. And then what we got over there, we got the let me pull up my screenshots. And we got, first off, Mrs. D Star, she likes her fries. So she wanted the loaded fries. They had like a roast beef debris gravy on it, bacon and cheese. And she got a ranch dressing on the side with this. These fries were good. $4. $4. Now, I never saw some places I go to and I complain about the fries are $5 and I complain. Okay. The Rose Truck Plaza was $2.10. And that's why I like the Rose Truck Plaza. $2.10 for some awesome fries, and they give you a lot. But these loaded fries were very good, and they were only $4. Come on now. Somebody cheap like me, this is like heaven. This is like, oh, incredible. And then I got the potato salad. You know, I'm a potato salad guy. And this potato salad was a little bit more on the chunky side, but it is homemade. It's not as on the creamy side, mashed as much. It's more on the chunkier side, but this one had a great taste too. Not the best potato salad I ever had in the world, I'll be honest with you, but it had a good taste. And it was a lot. It don't look like a lot, but it was a lot in that bowl. And that was $2.50. So right there, I mean, I had I was in heaven. But I'm going to talk about something in a little bit. The problem we ran into. The roast beef, and now we split. This is half roast beef and half shrimp that we got. I gave the other, Mrs. D got half the shrimp and half the roast beef. Now, gang, this shrimp po' boy was awesome. The roast beef po' boy was awesome. Both halves, they were fantastic. They were just amazing. I loved the bread. Bread was crunchy. It was good. It was, like I said, I can't keep on repeating, but it was awesome. And then I got the oyster po' boy 6-inch. And this, gang, I'm going to tell you, this thing was loaded with oysters. There was not one bite that I took that did not have oyster. This was loaded big time for $8.50. Unbelievable. People, you go to places now and you see maybe a 10-inch po' boy or something, and they have market price. This is $8.50. Unbelievable. unbelievable. I gave the place an A plus. Okay, I gave it an A plus. Mrs. D gave it an A minus, an A minus. Now, the problem we ran into, they were busy and irregular. I'll tell you what. I talked about where I went to eat. Let me talk about regrets because somebody asks me sometimes, and a lot of times people do ask me. They say, Harold, do you ever go back and look at your reviews and regret the grade you gave? Maybe you thought you were um, I did have meat pies, but I guess that would be the same thing. We have Natchitoches meat pies, we have meat pies, so maybe it's the same thing there, Steve. Probably it's the same thing. We do have the meat pies. It's like a mince meat. It's like that's I believe that's the same thing. I don't know. We don't call it that. We just call it meat pies. But I'm sure that's the same exact thing. So Steve, it was cheap eats. So it was. So do I have any regrets? And I started thinking, I don't have any. Usually when I do, I give a lot of thought into my grade, and you can see me in the videos. I'm torn sometimes. I'm thinking because I want to be accurate. I want to be really what I really, because it's my opinion, and I really want to make sure I'm doing it, justice. And I really never thought back and had any. Maybe sometimes I'll give it an A plus, and I said maybe I should have gave it an A, or maybe I give it an A minus, and I'll say, well, maybe I should have gave it a B. Like a little half thing, just little nitpick thing. But by that time, an A minus and an A, that's just nitpicking. I'm not. I never gave a place a C or a D and went back and started thinking. I said, oh, I should have gave that a B or an A. No, I never had those kind of regrets. Usually when I 99% of the time, what I give it is what I give it. And that's pretty accurate in my mind at the time. I go back and think sometimes, and this is what happened with St. Rose Tavern. When we got in St. Rose Tavern, they were busy. They were they had two big tables before us, and the waitress, the server warned us. She said, "Look, there's two big tables. I didn't get to serve them yet. It might be a little while." I like that. She told us right off the bat. Some places like I went, like Bears, Poboys, and Metairie, they don't tell you nothing. They just let you order, and you're on your own. You can't figure out that you're gonna be waiting there an hour, hour and a half. Okay. uh, I have to wait a little while for that. So the server said it would be a little while. I was getting aggravated at the beginning. I'll be honest. I almost left because it was like a half hour before the server came and take our order even. And I, she go to the other tables. And I was in a, I'll say it. I was getting aggravated. I was getting, half hour. I'm getting aggravated, even though she can't tell us it would be a while. But I said, oh man, if it takes a half hour just to order the food, how long does it take to get the food? 2 hours? So I'm trying to think that. But they did have two big tables before us. So we finally put our order in, and the food came out fairly quickly when we put our order in. Now, at the end of our meal, the server came talk to us. She recognized me. All right, it's getting harder and harder for me not to get recognized in a restaurant, and Gene knows this. And I talked to Gene about it. I talked to other people. I talked about this on my Sunday show. I used to go to places that nobody would know who I am. I'd say, hey, I do reviews, and they wouldn't have no clue who I am. Now, the majority of the places, unless it's like way out of town or something, if I go to like a place in Metairie or even this place, I went to eat in Slidell on this Sunday. I don't think they recognize me there. Not that I know of. But usually if I'm in New Orleans or a Metairie place, more times now than not, they recognize me. It happened at Daiquiri Run. It happened in numerous places recently. Now Fun Knoll, I don't think the guy recognized me. I mean, that's a different, you know, atmosphere. But usually, if it's a po' boy shop or a little restaurant, a neighborhood joint, most of the time they'll recognize me, or the server will recognize, or somebody will recognize me. Yeah, that happened exactly. That happened on Friday night at the concert I went to. Our friend Paul Duck Tucker said in the crowd, he said, "Hey," because Paul Duck Tucker is a friend of our show, and I went to see him, and while he was on stage performing in between songs, he said, "Hey, gang," or he didn't say gang, I say gang, but he said, "Hey, I want everybody to welcome my new friend Harold. Say hello to Harold." And everybody was, "Hey," joking around saying, "Hey, Harold." And then people were like, they turned around, they said, "Hey, wait, we know you. We watch your reviews. We watch you on YouTube. We watch your reviews." So I am getting spotted more and more and more. So the server didn't recognize me at St. Rose Tavern. She said something about Gindusos. Maybe she served me in Gindusos, or they talked about me in Gindusos. They knew me. Okay. Restaurants, I guess, whenever I do a review, sometimes they talk about me. It's one of them things, I guess. They want to watch the review, and they watch it. So she knew me from Gindusa's review and from YouTube. And she said, "Look, I'm sorry it took so long at the beginning." She said, "There's only one worker back there, the owner." She said the owner gave the workers days off because it was a family day. They were having something, and she gave them all. So she was in the kitchen in the back. And when we walked in, she told me, "Please just slow down the orders coming in so I could catch up," because there was a big, like 10 people, a table of 10, and a table of about 6 people. And the problem is at that place, people order po' boys and they're cheap. So a lot of people, like the table on the side of us, like me, they ordered each of 2 po' boys. They want to try out 2 different po' boys. So a lot of people do that. So they get jammed. I can imagine they get jammed in that kitchen. And if it's only the own now, once we ordered, the food came out great. I was happy. The food was awesome. The prices we had all that. We had a shrimp po' boy, oyster po' boy, roast beef po' boy, loaded fries, and a potato salad. And the total was $33 before the tip. $33 for 3 po' boys, oyster shrimp, and roast beef, loaded fries, which usually are $10 on its own, and potato salad, which most places charge $4 or $5, and all that food was for $33. So I was feeling great when I left. The server gave me a good explanation. I was happy. I was content. I gave it an A+. Mrs. D gave it an A- because we had to wait. I overthink. So all that day, even the next day, I'm thinking, was I too generous with an A+? Was I too generous? Because I'm going to tell you, some places I go, if I have to wait a half hour, I'm already aggravated. They might not. Would I give them an A? And so I started thinking, and was I fair with my A+? And then I started thinking, I said, whether it's justifiable in my head or not, but I said, you know what? The server came out. She explained the situation. They were shorthanded. There was one, at least they explained themselves, as opposed to Bears, po' boys, where we waited an hour and nobody even came tell us anything. Okay. Or Cracker Barrel we went to a few weeks ago, and the server just didn't bring the food and kept on saying it was coming out with no explanation. At least they sat down. They not sat down, but the server explained the situation. The server did the best, and now I knew it took so long to order our food because the owner in the kitchen was trying to not be swamped with orders. So I forgave them for that. I gave it an A+. I think it's a fantastic place. People were coming in after us after the crowd rush went out, and they were getting their food fast. So I'm giving it an A+. So, but other than that, I really don't have no regrets. What I give it is what I give it. And a lot of times I don't look back and say, "Ooh, I should have gave it a B or I should have gave it an A-, whatever." Again, the difference between an A+ and an A is so minimal, or an A and an A-. It's still an A. Okay, it's still an A. All right, gang. Hope that explains that. I'm reading sometimes. I'm trying to read y'all chat, and if I miss something important, I know Gene's going to throw it up over there. So, gang, I started this last week, and I'm going to continue on for this week also, and I'll continue probably for the next couple of weeks doing this. I will have a show next week also. We're going to go eat probably this weekend. I don't know what places are going to be open. This is the Christmas season, and a lot of place. In fact, my son-in-law and my daughter wanted to go eat because I raved about St. Rose Tavern and the prices, and they wanted to go eat there tonight. They were in the area, and when they got there, I got a message about 6:30, and they said they were already closed for Christmas. So they had shut down like at 5 o'clock tonight for Christmas. I don't think they're going to open up. So it is Charlie. I know you're in the chat. You didn't get your koozies yet, did you, Charlie? I'm just asking. So I started this last week, and let's talk about some of the best and worst of 2025. Now, gang, Mrs. D said, you got to do a lot of research on this. Well, I do my best research. And tonight I really did go look back in the reviews I did in 2025. And because I don't want to just do current ones, I have to think back what I had throughout the year. And some places I might have forgot throughout the year. Those things happen. I eat a lot of places, but I'm going to do the best seafood po' boys. Last week I just did the best po' boys in general. Best po' boys I had, and the Arno's Italian beef won out, Italian roast beef, and so what I'm gonna do, I'll in no particular order, because I really, one day you might go, one place might have the best, the other time the other one may have the best. But look, gang, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I'm not gonna show you another picture of it, but St. Rose Tavern had the one of the best shrimp and oyster po' boys I had all year. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I know it's a place I just went. It's probably still fresh in my mind, but that oyster po' boy was loaded. That shrimp po' boy, I even made a comment. It tasted so good to me, those shrimp. So that's one of my best seafood po' boys right there. Or is St. Rose Tavern. Okay, I don't think price wise you can't go wrong, and the quality you can't go wrong. It really was one of the best. All righty, so let's talk about the other ones. I'm sorry, I don't want that. Take that. I'm going to take that off. I'm trying to open up my my file that I put the best seafood po' boys. And come on now, there it is. All right, so in no particular order, I had the St. Rose Tavern. The other one I put in there was the seafood trifecta at NOLA style seafood in Covington, Louisiana. This po' boy was really amazing. It had shrimp, fish, oysters. It was a good price. You had a side with it. It was the seafood trifecta. It was amazing. That was one of the best seafood. And talk about seafood. They had all the seafood in there. That seafood trifecta at New Orleans style seafood was top notch. One of the best. Now, again, I mean, I'm going to throw in Parrottons. I mean, Parrottons, I know I talk about that place a lot, but I mean, you can't go wrong when you have an owner that overstuffs their po' boys like Miss Brenda does. I mean, that place is amazing. The oyster and the shrimp. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but both of those po' boys. Now, look, whenever I went the first time, I had half of that shrimp po' boy left because I ordered two like a greedy person. I warmed that up, just like I said, in the aluminum foil in the air fryer. It came out perfect. It was still good. It was great. It was great. So Parrottons got to be there. So my top three best seafood places are the place I just went, St. Rose Tavern, Parrottons, of course, and that seafood trifecta in New Orleans style seafood in Covington. Now, I'm sorry, not Mrs. D. I want to take this out. But Lexi already came eat with me earlier in the year. I think it was this past summer. And she declared the best shrimp po' boy she ever had was at the po' boy house right there in Metairie. She said that is the best shrimp. I didn't have the shrimp po' boy. I had the roast beef. But Lexi said at the po' boy house in Metairie was the best shrimp po' boy she had. So I have to mention that. Lexi comes eat with me a lot. She loves her shrimp po' boys, and that is what she loves. Oh, that was made in the background. All right. I'm going to try to spot it over there, G. I don't know. So that was my best seafood po' boys of 2025 in no particular order. And if I forgot one, I apologize. But let's hurry up and do this. And let's talk about the bad. All right. Because when we talk about the good, we got to talk about the bad. Now, I don't order gumbo too often. Okay. It's just like I've mentioned before. I just don't order gumbo too often at a restaurant. It's just not a dish I order. If you're from Louisiana, you know the I don't order because it is so. Don't worry, Chantel. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second because I have something to say about those things too. So, oh wait, I'm getting a message. I just got a message from Lexi. She says she's watching our show and now I'm making her hungry. Thank you, Lexi. I'm going to ask her, is Po' Boy House still your favorite? There you go. I'm going to make sure. I'm asking her. I'm saying, Lexi, is the Po' Boy House still your favorite shrimp po' boy? And we'll see what Lexi says. So I don't order gumbo. All right, Steve. And Lexi said yes. Po' Boy House still is her favorite po' boy of 2025. All right, let's talk about the worst gumbo. Like I said, I don't order gumbo too much because that's too subjective for me. I like my style of gumbo. Lexi likes her style of gumbo. My son-in-law Kerry likes his style of gumbo. Everybody, Chantel likes her style of gumbo. Everybody has their own style of gumbo. So it's hard to, I don't like to order gumbo too much. But these are the worst ones I had in 2025. Number one is at the Hollywood Casino just recently at the buffet. Most of the times, if you go to a casino and you get the gumbo off the casino buffet, it's not going to be great. That gumbo was not good. And the funny thing about that gumbo is I right after I took a bite, I said, oh, this is not good. It tastes like casino buffet gumbo. The guy on the side of me had said, I really like that gumbo, don't you? So that's what I'm saying. To each their own. But to me, the Hollywood Casino gumbo is a miss. Don't go there for the gumbo. You go for the crab leg, but don't go for the gumbo. If you're going to casino buffet for a gumbo, you're going to be disappointed, I think. The other worst gumbo of 2025 is Bobby Hebert's gumbo at his Bobby Hebert's Cannon restaurant. Bobby Hebert's restaurant over there. There's gumbo with I know Bobby Hebert's family did not cook a gumbo of this type. If they did, I'd be disappointed in their gumbo if Bobby Hebert's family served gumbo like this at their house. Okay, that gumbo at Bobby Hebert's. I love the casino buffets too. I just wouldn't get a gumbo there, Nate. I love the buffets. Believe me, I'll go eat a casino buffet any day of the week. But I'm not going to get the gumbo. But Bobby Hebert's gumbo, horrible, a shame. This ain't no cutoff gumbo from where Bobby Hebert's from. Cutoff. They don't make gumbo like this in cutoff. Look at that. Just looking at it just is getting me. Lexi, you were hungry before. Now you're going to lose your appetite because my top worst gumbo of any place this year was at that Empty Nest. Oh, my Empty Nest in I know that, man. I know that, Chantel. That's what I said in my review. I said, there's no way Bobby A. Bear would get served that gumbo at his mom's house. No way. Um, the empty nest seafood gumbo has to be, if not, I said last week the worst po' boy was um the oyster po' boy at Daisy Dukes. I'm gonna put it out on a limb and just say empty nest seafood gumbo had to be one of the worst dishes of 2025. There, I said it. Uh, it I'd rather have those rancid oysters than have the seafood gumbo again at Empty Nest, the one that was served to me. This thing had no seafood. It was ice cold. It was just a disgusting bowl of cold, meatless, seafoodless gumbo. It was nasty. Okay. They should be. This is how it was served. Not one piece of seafood. Ice cold. Literally ice cold. Now, that caused a lot of controversy. Empty Nest came at me and they made a post and said, oh, somebody said that we don't put seafood in our gumbo. And they came back and showed um oh, thank you there. Oh yeah, Charlie. Thank you there. They got something going on there. I'm telling you. Empty Nest gumbo was controversial. They came back and said, look, we put seafood in our gumbo after I put that review. Well, yeah. After I did the review, now anybody could go back and say, oh, look, let's warm this up and make sure they have some seafood in this gumbo. But I'm telling you, I wasn't lying there. I got accused of lying. You could see with the review. You know, I hate restaurants that say, oh, you're lying. And I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. Because I want something to talk. I don't want to carry this over for next week. Because I pushed it back last week and I want to talk about trolls. All right. Kind of ironic compared to what happened tonight. But anyway, Empty Nest. I don't care what you said. Oh, look, we do have seafood in our gumbo after the fact. No, you did not serve me. Then they said, oh, well, it was the bottom of the pot. And the server didn't know to stir it up. Really? They had to warm it up and they didn't know to stir it up and put seafood in there. It was the bottom of the pot. Really? That's your excuse? That's what the owner told me. It was the bottom of the pot. We don't, what did they say? We don't make too much gumbo. So it was the bottom and it was just really, that's a poor excuse. All right. That was the worst gumbo. I would not eat that gumbo. Well, I wouldn't go eat. I don't think I'll put it this way. I don't think I'm allowed at Empty Nest. That family was very upset with me. I don't think I'm allowed there. I think if I show my face over there, I'd probably, there in Bayou Delight, I think I'd get thrown out the door pretty promptly at both those places. There's a few places. Maybe I'll put a list up. The places HD would get thrown out of if he shows up back there again. Again. All right. That list might grow. I don't know. There's one place I know that would throw me out. I just went to that recently, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. Trolls. Now, look, gang, I don't mind trolls. You know, I put up the when I put up the best my best po' boy roast beef, po' boys of 2025, and I said the Italian roast beef. Some smarty went in there and said, stop calling it roast beef. That's not roast beef. Roast beef is sliced deli meat, cold. Really, dude? All right. Yeah, you're in the New Orleans food group, and that's what you believe. All right. I know you just, it's a troll. It's a troll. Just wanting attention. I could deal with them. I usually make, you can't mess up HD, okay? I mean, I'm polite, I'm nice. I say, hey, that's your opinion. Somebody says, well, your opinion sucks. Whatever. I mean, I'm not okay. That's you had a great meal. That's great. But this past week, whenever I did Los Cruces, put it up in the food. I usually put them up in the food groups. And I think one food group, foodie, New Orleans foodies. Uh, I don't know. They thank me for the engagement, and then when that gets engagement, they say, "Nah, don't egg them on in the chat. We'll do it." It's like they're commenting. What do you want me to do? Not comment back, but they like the engagement, but they don't want you to answer the people. Well, anyway, that's a different story for another day. I don't get it. But anyway, so I don't get them. Maybe you won't see my posting New Orleans foodies anymore. I don't know. But it is what it is. So when I put it in there, here comes I got a personal message. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. And this guy comes on and he says, "This is why you're wrong. You said the building looked like an old warehouse, but it's not an old warehouse. This new it was a building built 2 years ago." And like my answer was, I don't do research on buildings. Then he went on. He compared menu prices from one place to another place. Like you're wrong about this. You're wrong about that. I'm like, look, I paid for the food. That's my opinion. But he kept on and kept on, and kept on. So this was personal messages he was sending. I thought it was over. And he said, one day I want to bring you back, eat there. You're going to get a whole different experience. Great. Whatever. I told him, yeah, I had no intention of going to eat there again with him. I know the guy. All right. I've dealt, the guy was always nice. Very nice. He even offered for me to go eat at a place. I don't know what kind of work. I didn't know what kind of work he did. He even asked me to go try out some new dishes they had at a restaurant one time. I didn't go, but he did ask me. Not to review him, just to be not nice and inviting me to go. I didn't want to go. I was working. So I let it be. So the next day I put in a completely different group in a different post. He makes a comment on somebody's post. He says, I was just arguing with somebody yesterday about this, and they said the server was bad. And I know who he was talking about. He was talking about me. So I had to go back in there and defend myself again. Look, I didn't say that about the server. You lied, whatever it was. So we kept on going back and forth with this. Again, the place isn't pricey. Dude, Las Cruces, if I can't get something with meat for less than $17, it's pricey. If you put an $18 burger on your menu, it's pricey to me. Okay, maybe it's not to you, but to me, I'm gonna say it's pricey. So so I can handle the trolls. It's just, and look, most of the time when I put up reviews on a food groups, whether it's New Orleans foodies or Renola Eats or food groups, Metairie foodies, whatever it is. If it's a positive review, people usually agree. Some places they agree with you no matter what. Spars, I thought people would disagree with me, but they a lot of people agreed. But I think what happens is now this guy loved my videos. The guy I'm talking about now. He loved my videos. I never heard a complaint from him, not once. And I've been doing this for a year and a half. Never complained once. He said, "Oh, I saw that plate. I agree with you. That food looked bad." So it was all great, all good for a year and a half until I review a place and I found out later why, because he does work for this place. They're a client of his. I'm not going to say what he does, but they're a client of his. And so that's why he took umbrage with my bad review, because I put down a place that he does work for. That's it. Year and a half, it was all good. When you went to buy Delight, he was laughing. Oh, look at that. He's making fun of those sturdy floors. Oh, look at that cold gumbo. That's funny, Now, whenever the place that you're doing business with does it do good, I gave it a C. I even didn't give it a bad review. I gave it a C average. It's no fun of games no more. Sorry. I'm going to be honest either way. I'm not going to give it a good grade because you're doing business with it and you watch my videos. No, that's not how it works. I'm going to be honest. Okay? Maybe this video ain't for you. Move on. Go to the next review. Or don't watch them all. I don't know what to tell you. I pay for my food. I give you my opinion. All right, gang. Nate, I know. And look, I get it. And look, I'm thick skinned. People make comments. You mispronounced this. You didn't say this word right. I know. I know my fault. I know my faults. I know what I do. I used to have the habit of doing this on our other show on Sunday nights. Gene and I have a video of just me doing this with my glasses. I tried to break that habit. I know I rewatch my videos. I rewatch my reviews. I rewatch my Sunday night shows. You wouldn't believe it. Those are long, and I rewatch them. I try to improve every time I do something. I'll rewatch this one and say, "Oh, I went on too long about this, or I went too short about this." Or on Sunday nights, I'll say, "Oh, I talked, and Gene was about to say something, and I accidentally talked, over Gene." Or stuff like that. I analyze myself constantly, so I know what my faults are, and I try to improve every day. Look, gang, I'm not making $1 million. I'm not making money on this, but I take my craft seriously. I take my reviews seriously. I don't go over there and just half wing it. You could see me being torn in reviews. I Sunday night shows I take seriously. This show I take seriously, and I take my reviews seriously. I just don't go out there and put no thought into them. So, but I do know my faults, and I could look past my faults. So, all right, gang. Christmas is 2 days from now. So I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Thank you all so much for watching. Well, I'm going to be back before New Year's, and I'll cover where I ate, and I'm going to cover some more best of and maybe some worst of 2025. And one thing, if you don't watch Sunday night shows, and I could understand some people, some people are going to watch this, and this one, a lot more people watch later, I guess, after I put it up and everything else, and people I think this one gets more views. Sunday night we get our regular crew watching live, but on this one you get more viewers later. And if you're watching now, or you're watching, you don't want to miss Sunday night. We have Christmas cat Blaze. He's one of my neighbors, and I'm gonna put this up on YouTube also separately, but it'll be I don't know if it's gonna be the whole thing. It'll probably be like the first half of the little mini movie. It's Blaze Christmas Carol. Myself, Gene, and Ramona are all working on it. Part one's done. Gene's the music, and I think you will enjoy Blaze Christmas Carol. So catch it Sunday night, or wait till it comes up on YouTube. We're going to put it up on YouTube. I think you're going to like it. And if you don't, you could troll me. All right, gang. And I'll be analyzing that video over and over and over. I already did. I had to go reshoot the whole bunch of stuff. All right, gang. I appreciate everybody watching. Hey, enjoy whatever y'all have. There you go. Blaze Christmas Carol Sunday. Whatever you're gonna decide to eat or maybe you won't even eat I don't know. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Nobody says you have to have a special meal in Christmas. Maybe you like to have I always say, I wish somebody would just serve me a plate of meatballs and spaghetti for Christmas. I'd be the happiest person in the world. Because I don't like holiday food. All right, gang. Thank y'all so much. We will see y'all Sunday night on After Show Chat. If you don't want to watch After Show Chat, then be back over here next Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. for another episode of Food Chat with HD. And we're going to have more. Thank you there, Steve. I appreciate y'all so much. And there's so many great people I met over the year. Andrew Jane. Send me your address, Andrew. I'm gonna go eat at your house for Christmas. I want spaghetti and meatballs, please. Spaghetti over meatballs over tender pasta. You'll get the reference on that on my next review of the place I went to eat on Sunday. tender spaghetti. It has to be tender spaghetti. That sounds good, Andrew. Gang, thank y'all so much. To all the friends I made in 2025, I appreciate it. To all my old friends, I appreciate it. That is expensive Tex-Mex. There you go. Tender. All right, gang. See y'all next. I'm getting ready to do this. See y'all next Tuesday. Later.